Yo, it's Friday night, 9 p.m. sharp. You know what time it is.
Narcocop and Timmy T hitting you with that Lambo energy.
He's Mike by name, but the streets call Narcocop. Used to bust dealers, now he's busting long shots. Retired badge, now he's bad with the bets. Octagon fiend, cashing slips, no regrets. Friday night fight, Seki poured on ice. Lambo Plays Podcast, breaking down the price. Got parlays, KO, subs in round 3. Split decision magic, cashing like a G. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KO's to be round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Tim Troiano, lotion in hand. Tennis coach by day, fight fan of the land. Watching WMMA, yeah, you know the drill. Playing with himself, just joking, but still. Impressions fly, Katona in the house. Roses Jr. squeaking, Tim's loud like a mouse. Cornholio vibes, he's stealing the show. Narcos like bruh, but they still go toe to toe. Round 2 chaos, round 3 gold. Split decisions, bets unfold. Side case sipping, parlays lit. Lambo energy, never quit. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KOSOB round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Narcocop, Timmy T, Friday nights, a Lambo Plays Podcast. Where long shots live large and splits hit harder. We out. We out. We out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Lambo Plays Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, along with my special guest this week. It's Brandan. Brandan is subbing in for Tim. Tim is out this week, and me and Brandan are about to break this fucking card down and probably break down a steak as well afterwards. But Brandan, how are you doing? Thanks for stepping in, bro.
Good. Actually, 1 second. I didn't do this before. I was on my phone's Wi-Fi. Let me switch to my regular Wi-Fi. I might go frozen for a sec. Just 1 second.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will mess with chat here a little bit. What happened to my screen? All right. Brandan is still there. I see him, but he's frozen. All right. Let me go over to chat quickly. Shout out my chat. We are popping in chat over here. It's Dixon Cider, Mushroom, Azure, Elijah Haymaker, Eric, Albrecht, Sharp Boy, Uncle Wheezy. What's up, my friend? Thank you for joining. Double Flush, DA07, Philly Joel. There's a lot of people in here already. I'm sorry, but I love you all. We kind of need to do this show a little bit quick. We have some arrangements for dinner. So, Brandan, again, thank you for stepping in. How are you doing? And what do you think about this 14-fight card?
I actually can't wait for this card, and I'm looking at some of the prices on this card too. I think this is one of the best weeks I could have come on because there's a lot of big ones that I really like on this card too. So I can't wait to watch it. I got LFA on right now, watching that at the same time. We got dual screens, everything.
All right, he's got dual screens. He's got LFA. I have dual screens, but I have fucking an odd screen and the UFC card. All right. Let's start out here. We can't really go too long here, but first fight of the night, it is in the welterweight division. It is the 8-1 Rodrigo Sezinando versus the 11-2 Daniil Donchenko. Here it is, 24-year-old versus 27-year-old. This is the finale of the tough. Minus 235 on Donchenko, plus 200 Sezinando. Now that line has come down. It's plus 170. Minus 200 Donchenko. You can kick us off here. What do you like over here, Brandan, in this pretty good matchup, honestly?
I love Donchenko here. I think there's no questions for me. When I watch Sezinando, first of all, you have to kind of take into account his level of competition. He's fighting a lot of the BFL guys and like the Scotty Stockmans of the world. He's fighting these guys that you can one punch. Even tonight, I just faded one of his last opponents, Jonathan Ramsey, on the show. I think he gets pretty tired come round 2, round 3. Donchenko does everything well. He's been fighting a super high level of competition. Sezinando, for me, doesn't have much process. He kind of closes his eyes, throws big overhands, and luckily he usually lands. But I think Donchenko's a really sharp striker, and he's a very patient striker. So for me, on my notes here, I'm using only FanDuel for pretty much everything. It's the only place I can get money down. The Donchenko 2-3 knockout line plus 410, that's something that I like. I think that Sezinando is going to give everything he has in the first round like he typically does. And then as he starts to slow, I think Donchenko is really good at picking people apart and a mix of cardio and honestly just his precision. He's an amazing striker, lots of power. I think Donchenko 2-3 plus 410 for me.
All right. I have a money line bet on Sezinando at plus 200. Line has come down a little bit. It's a small bet. And the only reason I bet Sezinando here is because a little bit of the unknown from Donchenko off his back. Like I watched a lot of tape on him. He's really never on his back. He's actually, if you go back and watch his regional tape, he's the one always proactively grappling. It's crazy to see because if you watch him now on Tough, like he doesn't even think about grappling. All he wants to do is strike. And honestly, one of the guys you probably should grapple is a guy like Matt Dixon, right? He has power in his hands. He's a pretty good striker.
That was an insane fight. Insane.
And yeah, they just stood there and traded. And Donchenko, he honestly has changed, to be honest. I don't think he wants to grapple at all anymore. All he wants to do is strike, because that's what I saw in his last fight. And the one thing I will say is in that Ulu fight, it was a rematch, and he beat him in round 4, but fight is very close against like a 500 guy 2 different times.
That's a 500 guy, but that's a 500 guy that is fighting other prehistoric guys. That wasn't really a man. That was a dinosaur.
Yeah, I know. He's on all the sauce. I know the guy. He's from ACA, so I know the guy pretty well. He's on all the steroids, but he's honestly not good, though. He's just like Chuck's big overhands, and he actually took down Donchenko in the first fight a couple of times, got on top. I could see Rodrigo honestly getting takedowns. He has good jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. Really good jiu-jitsu. He's a Brazilian, 2-time Brazilian champion in jiu-jitsu. He looks pretty damn good with his submission game. I don't really know much about Donchenko off his back. Like, I really don't. On the feet, I don't like Rodrigo's defense. That's the one thing that really, really stuck out to me. His defense is very bad when he's swinging, and he can get caught in these exchanges, and Donchenko hits hard, man. And he's extremely nasty in the clinch. He's
accurate, too. He's so accurate.
So strong in the clinch as well with those elbows and knees. Like I said, I have a small bet on Rodrigo. I do think Donchenko wins here, and I think he wins by knockout, honestly. I just plus 190. I think he's probably going to finish him early if he does, to be honest. I think the more the fight extends, I kind of
favor Donchenko.
Really? I favored Rodrigo. I favored Rodrigo. I didn't like Donchenko because Donchenko throws everything in the kitchen sink early. I don't like that. That's what he's been doing. In that Martins fight, I know it went 3 rounds, but Martins was dead himself. So
yeah, but the first round, you think if Rodrigo fought that kind of pace, he would be swinging in round 3?
No,
he
but
was
I
dead
think
against
Rodrigo
Jeff Creighton just holding on.
Though that's the difference. Martins, for some reason, shot 0 takedowns in that fight. I don't know why.
But here's why though. It's because watching Donchenko, he looks really similar to me to like people are gonna get mad about this, but his striking style is very similar to Fazeev, very similar to like a Brad Riddell. They keep a lot of things in front of them. That's why takedowns are so hard, because he has such good lateral movement. People don't really feel like they can cut him off and find a good opening for it. And then he has all the knees and the stuff up the middle. Actually, this reminded me, because I taped this a lot earlier this week. He makes guys pay for shooting on him. That's why people don't shoot on him. I have one training partner I train with, really, really good guy, and he's known as the elbow guy. So if I'm in on a takedown waiting for too long, I just know my head's going to get split. And that's what Donchenko does. He makes guys really scared to shoot takedowns. That's why I think it's going to be a 2-3 knockout. I think Sezinando is tough. I think he's very undersized, though. He's 5'9". Just look at these pictures. Donchenko's juicy, jacked, handsome Chad. This guy's got baby face. He's having an identity crisis. Canada, Brazil. I don't know.
One more thing, actually, I have to say this. Both of these guys were coached by Cormier in the Tough House, and Rodrigo is the one that went with Cormier to his gym. He's been training him for the last 8 to 9 weeks, and I feel like just having him, I don't know if he's going to be in his corner. I don't know. But just having him there, he kind of knows what Donchenko's good at and bad at. You know what I'm saying? Just being in that Tough House, been training him and stuff like that. So I think they might actually have a pretty good game plan for this guy. I don't know. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't think Sezinando's that smart, though. If you watch most of his BFL things, he just kind of like closes his eyes and let's go. He's kind of like going trading with guys he really shouldn't be trading with.
He has grappled for like 5 rounds. I've watched him, but those guys have given him no resistance. That's the problem.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The level of competition it's massively different. This guy who's training in, fighting in one championship and fighting big Russians versus BFL bums. That's what I think.
Yeah, I don't think so, Haymaker. Fight goes to the decision. I don't think so.
Not one way or the other.
I honestly think maybe Rodrigo's live for a sub. I just don't know Donchenko much with his BJJ, to be honest. There's really nothing out there. How good or how bad he is, because again,
what I would tell you, because we probably got to move this one along, but what I would say is that if he's that good offensively wrestling, you typically don't get that way to be that good offensively wrestling if you don't also know how to defensively wrestle as well. That's just a general rule, I would say.
All right, perfect. Let's move on. Fight number 2. It is in the women's bantamweight division. It is the 5-0 Elise Pereira versus the 6-1 Montserrat Rendon, and I will kick this one off. I honestly think Rendon sucks, man. I watched this tape, and there's literally nothing she's good at. She's not a good wrestler. She's not a good striker. She's not good. Apparently, she's a jiu-jitsu girl. She looks awful. She's never even mounted girls, dude. Like, I don't even think she knows how to mount girls. Like, she's had so many takedowns and side control out of so many fights, and not one time did I see her get to mount. Like, every time her opponents got up. And the worst part is, like, I get that Pereira's 19. I get that she's fought very low level of opposition in demo fight. I get all of that stuff, right? But she's disposing of them, right? She's disposing of all of them. The girl that she went 5 rounds with, Santos, she has a lot of experience. She's faced a lot of girls. She's went to decision with good girls. And Pereira really kicked her ass for 5 rounds, right? She even grappled her some in that fight. Now, I'm looking at Montserrat Rendon, bro. And I swear to God, that Claudia Zamora girl, that's very bad and tiny, won that fight, dude. She won that fight, and they gave it to Rendon somehow. Unanimous. And like, this girl was like almost gonna cry, that Zamora girl. And then it's like, Pettigrew girl is so bad. I'm watching this tape on the feed. She's so bad, and she barely beats her. She barely beats Cloudy. It's like, she's not good, man. I don't care what she did against Zelyanakova. She took her down a couple of times. That girl Daria has bad takedown defense, and I honestly think Pereira might be better everywhere here. It just might be a hot take. She might even be better on the ground. I don't know. She trains over there with that gym that honestly there is a lot of frauds from, where Franco is and the other guy. But honestly, her striking looks good, man. For WMMA 19-year-old, she throws really good strikes, straight right hands, good jab. She's very, very long, and she seems to have power. I mean, I don't know, because she's facing low-level girls. The only thing that I can tip out here, and I don't really love it because the line sucks, to be honest. It's Pereira by KO plus 450. It's just not a great line for WMMA bantamweight. And I will say Rendon is tough. She's looked tough in some of these fights where she gets clipped. So it's probably not a high likely. I think this fight probably goes to decision. But I like Alice Pereira here, man. I really do. I think Rendon sucks, man. She's 36, and she's just not very good in my opinion.
Yeah, I watching the Rendon tape, I came to the same conclusion. She's about as bad as you can get, because there's not, like, one thing I always like to ask guys that I train with, or just, that I'll help coach. How do you win? Like for me, if you ask me how I win, I have to take someone down, take their back. That's how I win. Rendon doesn't really do anything offensive. It's funny watching her striking because she just puts her back on the cage, kind of flicks a jab, and the jab is never to hurt anybody, to like land or do damage. It's literally just so she can eventually lower her level and shoot. The issue is that she has awful wrestling, and the height is going to make things automatically tougher because for the most part, women don't have a high level of wrestling. Adding 2 extra inches makes everything because Pereira, she's not going to be able to lift Pereira the same way she can lift a lot of other people, right? Her feet are still going to be on the ground. So now you need technical aspects. She's 36 years old. I don't know how much more she's learning. A lot of times she doesn't really know defense. She doesn't move her head. She doesn't roll punches. She doesn't cut angles. So a lot of times all she does is cover until the other person is done throwing, and then she'll circle out. I think she's going to get stopped. I have on my notes here, I have Pereira knockout plus 420, but the 2-3 knockout is plus 850. I think I like that too. Again, I think if it's going to be more of a standing TKO situation or an accumulation of damage, I think Rendon's going to have to shoot for her life, and you're going to be clenching the whole time. But I think she's going to eventually just get a kind of a mercy stoppage, probably round 2, round 3. When you have no offense coming back and you can't hit takedowns, it's only a matter of time until they step in and stop that fight.
Yeah, and the other thing you have to think about is like, man, they're bringing this girl's going to be the youngest fighter in the UFC history ever by a good margin for women's MMA. The last one was, I believe, Fatima Klein or Blanchfield, one of them, but they were 22. She's 3 years younger than them.
Yeah, that's so cool.
To the UFC, and you know they're trying to push her. I mean, there is no ways around this. I mean, they literally gave her the worst 35er they can find on the roster and says, "Here you go. This is Montserrat Rendon."
Yeah, even the money line is insane to me. I don't think it's really that close.
I mean, yeah, dude, it went down now. It's minus 133. People are hitting Montserrat Rendon, and I just don't understand. I get the demo fight stuff. I really do, because I'm a proponent of fading a lot of those guys, right? But like when you look at her tape, she looks the part. Like she's a really good striker for WMMA. She's better than a lot of the girls that I've seen.
Well, especially after we just saw what Sanchez did coming out of the same camp, and he's got a very similar build. I have to hope and imagine she's going to be somewhat the same way. And what we see is a lot of times those Brazilians that just in the demo, they come out looking like brand new fighters. They get on the supplements when they're ready to make their USA debut. They always, show out. I think this is, to me, a no-brainer spot.
Yeah, Rendon is Mexican. Philly Joel. Rendon is Mexican, not.
I just want to see those one time. I just want to see them.
Oh boy. Yeah, they're probably I'm not even gonna say it, but
now that Silvana Gomez Juarez is gone, I need to see these.
My wife might be watching this. I can't say much.
All right, next fight.
Let's move on. This is probably my main event of the night. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 14-4 Alessandro Costa versus the 10-3 newcomer Alden Coria. You can kick us off, and then I'll go after you.
Yeah, I talked about this before. I think I said this on your live spaces. Yeah, we gotta trim the fat on these ones. I love Coria. I think his boxing is incredible. I think his counter grappling is beautiful. He's big for the weight class too. He's 5'7", 5'8". How he makes the weight so easily, I don't really know, but I love the way that he throws his shots. He doesn't put a ton of power onto everything. He's always making reads. You can see he makes a reads as the fights go. Oh shit!
What happened?
Oh, Stiller just won.
Oh,
Brador was beating her ass. Yeah, God damn it.
I love the under there. I played the under.
Fuck, that sucks.
I thought she was either going to kill her on the feet or she was going to get subbed.
Oh, she sucks on the feet. She was getting destroyed, but
that's what I'm saying. She's going to get killed.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. That sucks. Anyways, I like Coria by decision here. I got a big number plus 1,050 on Bet Rivers. I don't think he has the power really to put Costa away. Costa's going to be in his face, but I think he's just going to have a clinic on the outside, picking him apart, moving all the way around. I really like Coria here.
By the way, the line has crashed. This is when I made this template. It's minus 400 now on Costa, plus 300 on Coria. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I let me look like a stupid ass come tomorrow night or whatever. I just don't fucking understand this line. Like when you watch tape, it really doesn't make sense whatsoever. Outside of just pure jiu-jitsu, I think Alden Correa is the better fighter in everything, in striking, in wrestling. I really believe he's the better fighter everywhere outside of pure jiu-jitsu, right? But then, you have to add some intangibles, right? I do think Costa has probably more power. I do think Costa has more UFC experience, of course, right? So all of those stuff do come into play here. I will say is Alden Correa is a hometown guy in Texas, which is very good. You don't have to travel. You don't have to do any of that for your first UFC fight. You're going to have a lot of fans there. He trains. He's the main sparring partner for Joshua Van. So he's getting good looks in the gym at 4 ounce over there. And, when I watch some of his fights, the Paris Moran one, it's a W. He knocked out Paris Moran, but apparently he got tested positive for weed. And in Texas, they overturned it, right? Because it's not legal there or whatever in Texas. So they overturned his win against Paris Moran, who I think is a really good striker. Yes, he's a bit chinny, Paris Moran, but he's an extremely good striker and he's huge. I even think the fight against Chris Ocon, he looked good. Chris Ocon has power. He's a pretty good fighter. He's not like a bum. He's a regional.
Ocon's
fighter.
really good.
He's really good. He's really good. And, Ocon was doing well, but then Correa kind of timed him and landed. And what I love about Correa, Brandon, more than anything is, bro, he can fight fluidly in both stances, man. Southpaw, orthodox. He's very comfortable. He's very calm, which I love for a guy that's making his UFC debut. The other thing with Costa is I think people are overrating his knockout against Borjas. Like, yeah, did he finish Borjas? But how did he finish him? It was calf kicks, guys. He literally calf kicked him and Borjas went down and then he finished him. Like, it wasn't from his hands. He calf kicked him to death and he went down. I don't think he's going to be able to do that against Correa. Is a good mover. He doesn't sit there. He has very good footwork. He can switch stances, like I said. And one last thing I will tell you guys. Alden Correa throws a very, very good uppercut. Very good uppercut. And he throws it in every single fight. And that's the exact same punch that Amir Albazi sent him to the shadow realm. I'm telling you guys, he throws it all the time and he throws it really good. So I'm telling you, this line is so off to me. I don't understand. It's just probably a known guy against an unknown. Also, they're calling this short notice. It's a 6-week camp for Correa. It's not short notice. So, yeah, for me, it's decision as well. I don't think he has huge power. Plus 950, it's fine with me. I mean, Alden Correa by decision. Play his money line, in my opinion. 3-1 is just kind of crazy to me.
That's amazing. Yeah.
If he gets finished, he gets finished. I think it's probably, if he gets finished, it's probably sub. But I don't think so. I don't think that's happening here. I think it's going to be a good fight, and people are going to be surprised at how good Correa is.
He's so phenomenal. Yeah, I can't wait for this fight. And honestly, I get rounds in with Amir. Amir hits really, really hard. That's part of the reason I like decision. I don't think Correa hits as hard as Amir does.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. The next one. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 9-2 Zach Reese versus the 10-3 Cedric Dumas. And Brandon, let me tell you, I was so disgusted with this fight, I didn't even fucking make a template. So with that being said, I hate this fight, to be honest. I think both guys stink. I think one guy stinks more, which is Dumas. But I feel like Dumas has been fighting really like one of those negative like type of fights where he's on the back foot, he's trying to circle, he throws a little bit, very low volume. That's what I feel like he's been doing lately, you know? And yes, I mean, did he get knocked out by Mikal? But Mikal hits like a truck, right? Nurlston one was kind of shaky. He got eye poked, but then he ate a huge uppercut. Again, a very big hitter. I really don't think Reese is in that category. I do think he has some power. He's not in that category with those guys. I kind of think this is going to be a negative type of ugly fight where Reese wins a decision by just doing more. I think he can do more here. He can throw a little bit more. I think he's a little bit more gritty, to be honest, than Dumas. I've seen quitting Dumas against Fremd. Like, that was literally a quit job. I'm going to go with Reese by decision, plus 750. Huge number. I just feel like he's fighting in his hometown as well. He's from Texas. They're giving him Dumas fresh out of the penitentiary. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. The guy only has like $12 in his bank account. Brandon, can you help him?
Yeah, I give him a loan. I got him a little something. I actually like that play, the Reese decision. But I just went with my classic white guy versus criminal with the Reese submission. That is typically how it goes. Honestly, I think he's going to have to. The one thing I wish Dumas, if he was a little more explosive or would actually be dangerous, I probably would play him because I think the speed difference between him and Reese is a lot. It's just he's not good and he won't throw any punches. He's not comfortable. He doesn't have enough sparring rounds, I really feel. Reese is as slow as they come, and every movement is so big and so wide. I think at least in the first few minutes, he might get touched up on the feet a little bit. Zach Reese, always liable to die at any point. I think that his path of least resistance, because he is a big, tall guy, I think he's going to be able to lock underneath the butt, take him down. And then his technical jiu-jitsu is actually pretty clean. Like, he's got some nice submissions. He is very technical in his thought process. I think Dumas is really crazy when he grapples sometimes. And then eventually when he gets tired, he'll start to settle. And I think Zach's going to beat him up kind of along the way, put him on the fence. It's going to be very dink and dunk. And then I think a submission ends up coming later on. But I like Zach's sub at plus 300 here.
Yeah. Do you feel like lately he's been like, even against Tululin, he looked to grapple a lot. It was so weird. He didn't want to strike much. Like, he's not a strike. You can tell he's not. Even in his pre-UFC stuff, he was all grappling guys. I actually kind of like his grappling. It's not the worst ever. You know, he rolls through. He's very athletic. He rolls like a purple belt. He's fine. But that's all his skills. He just needs way more sparring rounds, way more striking rounds. Yeah. And I don't think he's probably, I'm just surprised how often UFC gives this guy fights, man. Like, something's up. I don't know what it is.
Oh, they're trying to build Zach Reese for whatever reason.
Well, no, but like, he's getting so many fights, like back to back, like pretty good. I mean, bro, arguably he had some of the best matchups ever in the beginning. They literally gave him the worst of the worst.
Yeah, Tululin, those guys. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Azaitar, like, they really tried to get him W's. Anyways, let's move on here. Fight number 5. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 11-3 Jesus Aguilar versus the 10-1 Luis Gurule. I will kick this one off. Or no, I kicked the last one off. You can have this one, Brandon. What do you got here for this one?
I think Aguilar is awful, and I think Gurule is really, really good. I think Aguilar's kind of drawing dead with his style. Big overhands to guillotines. He's got a decent blast double, but as soon as that stopped, I mean, he's kind of out of options. I don't really like his cardio either. Gurule never gets tired. Dude can wrestle his ass off. He's strong as they come. He puts a ton of volume together. I mean, I guess the only thing you'd have to worry about is his chin, because he doesn't really have a regard for defense. He's going to press forward the entire time. I think Gurule is going to batter him. Gurule KO plus 380 in the with the crowd and all the adrenaline, all that stuff going on. I think Gurule KO 380 is that's a huge price for me.
Yeah, I mean, Gurule used to be a local guy, right? From Texas. He used to fight on Fury a bunch. I've watched him a bunch come up. And now he trains with Brandon Royval and all of them over there in Colorado, where they have their own little clique with Hernandez. Yeah, I mean, when I'm going over to the tape, it's like, how does Aguilar win? Like, he's not the better striker. He can't out-wrestle Gurule. We just saw Piccinini, like, couldn't even hold this fucking guy down.
Yeah, where do you go from there after
and
that?
It's like, how does he win? And honestly, when I look at this fight and the way he wins, Brandon, and I do think it's possible, is just to make it an ugly, dirty fight, man. Honestly, because I will tell you why, is because Gurule, I've seen something that I really hate about him is when guys are throwing at him, he tends to shell up a lot and back up. And I hate that. He does it so often. And listen, he's defensively sound. He's covering himself up and he's looking to counter you to get back at you. But he does that so often when guys are throwing that it's just the optics are bad, right? When a judge is looking at that. He did that a lot against Jacob Silva. He did a lot of that against Trujillo. So, and Trujillo, for his part, is like a volume machine. Like, it's not like Aguilar, one punch at a time. But I think this fight goes the distance, honestly. I don't really rate Gurule's power. I don't think he has big power, to be honest. I do think Aguilar is super tough. If you go back and watch that Suarez fight, man, holy moly. He took some huge shots against Suarez. And Suarez, honestly, is a very big hitter for 25. So
it's just different the way he hits, though. He's on the outside sniping, and a lot of times he gives Aguilar time to recover. Where I think Gurule, I can't think of someone I would want to fight less than Gurule, because he doesn't really ever let you breathe. And I think Aguilar's already cardio issues. The amount that he moves in the cage all the time when he's in trouble. Has
cardio? I think his cardio is not bad, in my opinion.
I think it's bad. I think he makes horrible decisions, ends up in bad spots.
He does make poor. I mean, he always pulls. Like, if you're going for a takedown, he's probably going to go for a guillotine. Like, it's known he's going to go for it. Like, he did it against Esteban a couple of times. Ended up on bottom. Esteban's obviously a really good jiu-jitsu guy. And he did it against Nickel and got it somehow. I don't know how Nickel let him get that. It was weird. Like, he had it, and then, like, Nickel, the guard was open, and Nickel decided not to, like, jump out to the side and stay there, and then he let Aguilar put his feet up, and it's like, then he started adjusting and just choked them out. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I like Gurule here quite a bit, man. Like, I think he's just a way better striker. He's the way better wrestler. But again, I think the fight goes the distance, to be honest. And I do think Aguilar is a dog. I don't think he's like a quitter. I think he's a dog. I'm going to go with split here, Brandon. Plus 600.
Wow.
It's a huge number by split. This fight ends in split at plus 600. I mean, the fight to go to distance, if you look at the line, right? Fight to go to distance is minus 145. Like, they're saying it goes the distance more than it doesn't. And then it's plus 600. I mean, Aguilar is going to fight till the end. He's not like a guy that quits. So, yeah, I just think plus 600 is pretty damn big. I do like Gurule, though. I do think Gurule, it was just a number play, right? It's plus 600, fight ends in split. I think Gurule wins here, but I think he wins by decision, to be honest. So
there's some action going.
What fight are you watching now?
This is Santos Verdinez and Coover.
I like Santos Verdinez there.
Santos is beating him within an inch of his life.
I knew it. I mean, that other guy's a round one merchant. What do you expect?
And he's only fighting cans. This is going to be very similar to the Sezinando fight. Anyways, next fight.
All right. Next fight. Somehow I didn't do a sting for this. Damn it. All right. It's all right. Next fight. It is in the strawweight division. It is the 10-1 Tatiana Suarez versus the 15-4-1 Amanda Lemos. I will kick this one off. I'm just going to go plain and simple Tatiana Suarez by submission, plus 155. I'm not messing around. I'm not like doing anything. Obviously, Lemos is really good against subs, but we've seen her getting subbed. I mean, she's gotten subbed twice. The one was a fluke, but the second one against Jandiroba, the first takedown, and it was the thing I hate about Lemos, and this is consistent with almost all of her fights. When she gets grounded, she just never fucking gets up, man. And now
you don't think she gets up? She got up every time.
Against who?
She got up against Jandiroba and actually swept Jandiroba.
The first time, but the second time she didn't.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the freaking fight against Zhang is on top of her for minutes on end. Then you look at Dern, the one takedown, she's on top of her forever. And it's like, this girl is a better wrestler than all of them, though. Like Suarez.
You think so?
Better than Dern? Come on, it's not close. It's not close.
Well, then Dern, but I think there's a big difference here. At least, sorry. Do you want to finish up on yours, or you got
it's Suarez sub plus 155. I listen. I'm a Lemos truther. I've played her a lot.
Well, why are you getting cold feet now? Why are you getting cold feet now?
I just think she's gonna get grounded here, and she's not gonna get up.
I think she's gonna beat Tati's ass.
Wow.
I think she's gonna beat the shit out of Tati. And here's why I say
of the week.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be the only one here. But one, she's been more active. She fights all the time. She's fighting top level girls all the freaking time. The John Giroba one, I had a lot of bets on Lemos in that fight. I think if they played that fight out 5 more times, that doesn't happen again. I think that was so slick and so clever by John Giroba. That is world-class jiu-jitsu. I think John Giroba is leagues above Tatiana. Part of this I know too is we went out and trained with Tatiana a few times. I think I told this earlier. My little white belt girlfriend touched her head like on a guillotine, and Tati kind of got like pissed off and freaked out and like beat the shit out of her. Her neck is sensitive. I don't think she can wrestle super hard for 15 minutes. We just watched that, right? She got real tired trying to chase around Weili. And I'm not saying that Weili and Lemos are the same, but Lemos swings a lot harder. She's got a lot more hate in her heart, a lot more vitriol when she does swing. And that's going to keep Tati at bay. Tati already is not a very good striker. Look what Lemos did to Mackenzie. That should have been a stoppage, the way she turned her face. Now imagine a girl who's even worse than, like, I think I rate Mackenzie's on stand-up better than Tatiana's. She has a couple good takedowns, but honestly, what she's doing now, this isn't freestyle or folk style wrestling. She just lowers her level, runs people to the cage, and most girls can't defend a takedown. Look how physically strong Lemos is. Look, she's always constantly getting underhooks. And it was so funny in the Weili fight. An underhook was the whole thing that screwed her up. She couldn't get her down as soon as an underhook went in. And then the other thing too, and you guys can watch this at the beginning of the Weili fight. She gets her down on the first one. The second time she goes for a takedown, all Weili does is hip over, and she ends up full mount on Tati. And Tati has no answers to get back up. Well, just so funny, Lemos did the exact same thing to John Giroba. After she got back up, she swept her, and John Giroba tried to come back up, and she just hip heisted over, ended up on top. I see the same thing happening, much more dynamic on the feet. So my play here is actually going to be Lemos points. I think Tati's strong, and I think she's going to shoot for her life a million times. But I think the scoring criteria, everything, Lemos, elbows off her back, submission attempts. I like Lemos points plus 750.
Dude, that's sneaky. I didn't even look at that. Actually, you can get more. You can get 800 on DK. You can get 850 on Bovada. So that is a sneaky look. I didn't even look at that, to be honest.
Look, just elbows off the bottom constantly while Tati's trying to figure it out.
Because listen, Tatiana at the end of the day, she's super tough, like very, very tough. Yeah. I don't see Lemos finishing her, So
she could finish it with mark my words. If you guys watch this podcast, we're gonna clip this shit. When she shoots for a takedown, Lemos has a nasty fucking guillotine.
Yeah, I know.
And she's got a bad neck. Watch, boom, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, you gave out decision though.
I know, because I do think Tati's strong enough and wise enough.
1,000,000. What is it? Hold on a second. Oh, it's only 1,400. Wow. I thought it would be a lot more than that. Maybe they know that her neck is not very good. I don't know.
Oh, all right. This is an insane fight. What's happening right now? Jesus.
It's still going, the Santos fight?
Now Cooper's about to knock out Verdinez. Oh, my God.
That's crazy. All right. Let's move on. Fight number 7. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 12-4 Claudio Ples versus the 13-5 Joaquim Silva. Brandon, this one's yours. It's Neto BJJ versus the guy that wants to go to the ground. What do you think?
I can't still fathom that this line is so close. I think that what's the name? Ples? I used to like Ples. He does a couple things well, and when I say a couple, literally I only mean a couple things. He does have a really nice wrestling entry. He kind of like does the little like head from the outside back to the inside. Nice double leg, very clean. His body kick is really, really good. And he's got some good leg lock entries. And that's pretty much where it ends for me. He doesn't really have a complete game. His striking is getting better, but he doesn't really know how to put it all together. He's either striking or he's wrestling or he's doing jiu-jitsu. I think Silva, really good takedown defense, good hips. He is as juiced as they come. He hits very, very hard. I think this is going to be a 2-3 knockout. I think we see a later one in the fight, as per usual with Ples, especially when he can't get off his submissions. Silva KO plus 500. That's calling my name.
Wow. I'm on the opposite side here. I actually like Ples. I think here's the thing. Here's my reasoning. 18 months off. Yes, it's a bad thing. Probably, you're off for very long, ring rust, blah, blah, blah. But when you look at the guy, his physical frame, he's added a lot of muscle. If you look at his IG, he's striking literally every day at Kill Cliff. That's all he's been doing is striking. He's still pretty damn young at 29 years old. I expect him to probably look a little bit better in the striking. And, to be honest, like when I rewatched the ZM fight, I was kind of impressed with how easily he took ZM down multiple times. ZM's not easy to take down, man. Like, he has improved his grappling a ton, and Ples just repeatedly took him down in that fight. ZM obviously got back up. And when I watched Joaquim Silva, yes, he's 36. Yes, he's super powerful and he's on all the sauce. But like when you go back and watch some of the guys that tried to grapple him, like Reza Medadi back in the day, a couple of other guys, they easily taken this dude down when they want to. And he's honestly not faced a lot of guys that try to grapple him. Like when you look at guys like Clay Guida when he's fucking ancient and still landing takedowns on Joaquim Silva, right? That's probably bad. You know what I'm saying? That's literally a couple years ago. And, Arman, obviously, it was Arman. Arman took him down a bunch whenever he wanted. He did hurt Arman in round 2. But outside of him hurting him there, he was absolutely dominated for every minute of that fight, every second of that fight. So I heard a lot of people say, well, he was competitive with Arman. No, he fucking wasn't. He landed one big shot, and that was it. He wasn't fucking competitive. He got killed in that fight. So
just what do you say about Ples Hart, like in the Hooker fight? Like that's not a guy who's even trying to win a fight.
That's a bad look, but I'm kind of looking at what he did in the last fight compared to that one. And honestly, he didn't look bad against ZM. And ZM has honestly looked incredible lately.
I think that was ZM's worst day and Ples' best day. And I think he got a Ples that was ZM that was pretty complacent. Look how easily Terrence McKinney took him down and subbed him. Everyone who's beaten him has taken him down. It's not like his takedown defense is the greatest ever.
Let me make a quick point about Joaquim Silva too. Like, outside of just landing big shots, he's very low volume. Very, very low volume. Even against fucking Guida, like he just refused. Look at the strike count on the Guida fight. 46-43. Like, it's insane to be that close with Guida. Obviously, you hurt him.
Let me say this, though, about their striking styles. Ples doesn't move. Honestly, you're saying the muscle. I don't think the muscle is a good thing for him. Joaquin Silva already has muscle. So I think muscle on Ples is going to make him more tired quicker, especially when he sells out for silly subs like he always does. I think the striking is going to get harder. Like, he's going to have less gas than he usually does. That's actually kind of the beauty of that long frame, was that he had, he could grapple for longer. But he's just planted. He's cemented. He doesn't move his feet. The thing that's hard with Guida and why it's hard to find openings is because the guy bounces irregularly. He's all over the place. How do you even set traps and set things up? I think Ples is going to be there to be hit. As he launches his body shots, his hands come down all the time. That check hook from Silva is going to be there. And then eventually there's a time where Ples is going to be tired of getting hit and quit like he usually does. I'm good. I'm good off this one. You can tell in the fight whenever he does that.
I'm going to play Ples decision. It's plus 260. I don't think he's going to finish. Like, obviously, Neto BJJ has been subbed in tough. I believe he was subbed once but against a really good jiu-jitsu guy. It was pretty easy rear naked choke, honestly, when I went back to watch it. But he does tend to give up his back a lot just because he's so comfortable. Like, he knows he's really good at jiu-jitsu. He's not going to get subbed. I don't think Ples is going to sub him. But I do think Ples can get top time here, honestly. I really do. Like, I've seen this guy Silva give way too many minutes away off his back. And I think his get-up game is honestly not better than ZM's, in my opinion. And I think if he gets grounded here, I think he could get stuck there. And you have to consider some improvements from Ples. 18 months, being young, being in a really good gym. You have to kind of account for that a little bit here. The other guy is 36 years old. Yes. Is he in tip-top shape? Sure. He's incredibly looking. He's probably UFC. He could be a fucking model or whatever the fuck you want to call him. But
I heard he's super hung too, honestly.
You love that stuff. But I like Ples here, honestly. I think there's improvements. I think there's a lot of grappling upside, takedowns. I don't like Neto BJJ's takedown defense. I don't think it's very good. And I think he's going to get taken down here and lose via points. Plus 260 on Ples.
Ooh, I'm excited for this one now.
Yeah, we're against each other there. I think that's the first one we might be against. No, Sezinando one, we were kind of against each other too.
And Lemos for sure. I'm
Lemos. I don't have a bet on Suarez. I just think so, but
it's biased. Right. I want to bang Lemos. That's why.
No, what the fuck. All right, fight number 8. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 11-5 Jose Medina versus the 12-6 Dusko Todorovic. And I got news for you, Brandon, again. Do you know what's coming?
What's coming?
I didn't fucking do a template for this because this fight sucks.
This is the worst fight on the card by a long shot.
So I will kick this one off. I am going to play something that I kind of think is not bad. Okay. What can we say the best attribute of Medina is?
His toughness.
Thank you. See, Brandon knows. So if you have a lot of toughness, but you can get taken down pretty easily because you have the takedown defense of a fucking second grader, right? His takedown defense is terrible. I think instead of spreading his legs when he's going to get he puts his legs closer together so he can get taken down. So I'm playing the sub, bro. I think Todorovic has to be alive to get a sub here. It's plus 575, dude. I couldn't believe when I saw that. I'm like, wait, 575? Like, yeah, he's not. Medina didn't get subbed by Reese, but Reese is honestly not very good on top. He's not a good submission guy on top. He's way better off his back, in my opinion, than he is on top. So I think Dusko, the way I see Medina give up his back every single time, literally every single time he tries to get up, he gives up his back. I think Dusko can take his back. And Dusko is probably the best jiu-jitsu guy he's faced. I'm assuming. I don't know. But plus 575 is calling my name, bro. Like, it's just, I have to.
I'm on the exact same play, the exact same reason. I'm going to drop this with you guys just for this show only. And I am switching my position from our show. So if you guys watch this and you're like, hey, what the fuck? You said Medina on your show. Yeah, it's because I've been presented with new information that has swayed what I said. I guess Medina's been cutting weight for like 3-4 days, like straight. Like sauna start in the morning. When they leave, he's in the sauna at nighttime all day for 3 days in a row. That was yesterday. So, 4 days of weight cutting. That's not smart. I like Dusko. I think Dusko sucks. At first, I thought Medina's going to wear him out and go to a decision and probably win when Dusko is gassed out and just standing there and Medina turns it on. But that weight cutting thing is concerning. I think I like the Dusko sub. He's just a class above Medina. And that's the best way to put out a guy who's super, super tough.
All right.
Also, can you put up this one comment? I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. The Lemos would be the Dom. Can you put that comment up?
Wait, which one? Oh, this one?
Yeah, put this one up. Hey, Benino. Hey, just because look. You think I'll let her be the Dom? What the fuck? You kidding me? Listen, I'm a man at the end of the day.
603 live viewers just heard Benino say that she would be the Dom. Brandon.
Absolutely not, man. I'm still a man. I'm going to hold it down. Lemos.
Not good. All right. Let's move on. Getting away from that fight, we're going to move on to a little bit of a better fight. Fight number 9. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 6-0 Santiago Luna versus the 9-2 Quang Lee. Luna coming in short notice, 21 years old versus the 33-year-old Quang Lee. Quang Lee was training. He was supposed to be on this card anyways. Santiago Luna comes in here very late notice. He's a minus 135 favorite. Comeback is plus 115 on Quang Lee here. We'll kick this off to you. What do you got here? The 21-year-old Mexican coming in on short notice.
I can't continue the show until the talks about getting me pegged from Lemos stop in the chat. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that mushroom is out of hand here. Mushroom, you're out of hand there. Can't be talking about my guests like that.
Yeah, I like Luna here. I was talking about this on the podcast. To me, this is the fight I actually look forward to most on the card. Quang Lee's no bitch. He's down. He's down to throwdown. I really like him as a fighter. He's very good at back takes. Just his overall MMA game has elevated a lot, especially since his early LFA days. Back in the day, I used to love to try to fade him with any random Asian I could possibly find. I'm going to do the same thing in this fight, but not because I don't think he's good. I just think that Luna is a big hitter, and he touches the body quite a bit. Quang Lee doesn't really have a lot of defense, and he is down to throw. I think one of these guys is going to go. The big number on Luna knockout is plus 420. That's something for me.
I like the other side, man. I like the KO on Quang Lee. It's plus.
Yeah, what's the number there?
Plus 1,000.
That's a big number.
That's crazy, bro. Quang Lee hits hard, man. Like if you watch some of the shots he hit, that Zhao guy that's like a monster, like nothing ever hurts that Long Zhao guy. Like he hit him with some nuclear shots, dude, and that guy just took him. Quang Lee has power, man. And I'll tell you one thing: Santiago Luna is a wrestler before anything. His striking defense is very bad, dude. Like very, very bad. I don't
both
like
of them.
it.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Sure. And that's why it's like 10-1 on the guy that's a little bit more proven, in my opinion. Yes, Santiago Luna, listen, to me, his wrestling is really good. He was like 2-time Mexican national champion wrestler. Like it looks actually pretty damn good. And he can
came
push.
into fight ready. Santino said he's a sick wrestler. Like
you could tell. You could tell. You literally could tell. Like he will not stop too, Brandon. Like he can go and go and go. Just keep on wrestling. Like he's got good cardio. But like he's fought nobodies, bro. Like these guys that he's fighting, like that Buduyev guy is kind of like a fraudulent Russian. He's not even a real Russian. Like, and
hey,
then,
but how you put these two pictures up and you still choose the other side? You made Luna look so handsome.
I'm not into that handsome stuff, you know, like it's just not, you know,
you should have put him looking out of shape. He's all jacked and handsome.
I knew you were going to be on the show, so I had to put the handsome picture of this guy. But no, seriously, like it's not, I do think, listen, I was a big hater of Quang Lee. I'll tell you, in LFA, I did not like this guy, and I tried to fade him at every chance. I thought he lost to Sal Guerrero. They kind of fucking ripped off Sal Guerrero in that fight, in my opinion. And Sal Guerrero is a really good wrestler, right?
And he's never fought again.
Yeah, I do think that Luna can get takedowns here. But I don't, after watching a lot more of Quang Lee, I think his wrestling is actually not very bad. I think just Sal Guerrero.
He's a good grappler. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Sal Guerrero is just a way better wrestler, right? At the end of the day. That's what it came down to. It's just the way Santiago fights, bro. He's gonna get KO'd. He got hurt. I forgot which fight it is. He got hurt actually really bad in one of these fights. It might have been the Buduyev fight. I can't remember. Maybe the Cuevas one. One of those two, he got hurt in that fight pretty damn fucking bad. And I'm telling you, 10-1 is crazy for Quang Lee KO. Like, he might not have a lot of KOs on his record. The kid has power. For sure. And he swings. So, yeah, I just think 10-1 KO is just insane. Like you said 4-1.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. No, you're 100% right. And they're just going to be putting their dicks on the table. Now, I don't want to make an assumption between the two of them. If they did put them on the table, whose would be bigger? I think Luna's is going to be bigger. That's why I'm playing that side. But plus 1,000 is a great number. What's the number on fight ends by KO? That way you just cover both.
Yeah, I looked at that. It's like a shitty number. It's like 2-something. 260, I believe it was. When I last seen it. I looked at it, actually. Because I thought, fight ends in KO is not bad. But the number was so much shittier. I'm like, I'm just going to go with the big plus money on Quang Lee KO. All right, let's move on. By the way, Santos Verdenas, W.
Yeah, that was a hard fight for him.
He was kicking his ass back and forth. He was kicking his ass in round 3, right?
Almost every round he like got dropped and hurt, was bloody, almost out, and then he would take him down and do the thing.
And smash him. All right. Fight number 10. It is in the lightweight division. It is a 17-8 Alexander Hernandez versus the 19-6 Diego Ferreira. And guys, let me tell you, I like Diego here. Like after going through a lot of the tape, one thing that stuck out to me is Alexander Hernandez at 55 has a little bit better cardio. Yes, I agree with that. But I also think he doesn't look good. Like I watched a hula ball fight and he was getting melted at the end of round 2. Like he was getting hit, hurt. Like he got dominated pretty much in round 2. Round 3, he gets a takedown at the end of round 2 to kind of like hold him down and the round's over. Round 3 starts, Brandon, and the first thing he does is shoot a takedown. And Holloway is like a fucking turtle off his back. He cannot get off his back if his life depended on it. So he stayed on top the rest of the round, and he won the fight 2-1 based on grappling. I see Damon Jackson, he got 2 or 3 takedowns on him against Alexander Hernandez. I don't think Damon Jackson's like the best wrestler. He's okay, but his striking is not good, right? I think Diego Ferreira is like, even though he's 40, I think he's better than all of those guys that he's fought recently. And some of them he's lost to. And the thing with Diego Ferreira is you can't really bail yourself out with the wrestling here. He's not going to hold. If he does take him down, he's not holding down Diego Ferreira. And on the feet, I just think there's a lot more danger in Diego Ferreira. Like, I love the way he throws combos followed by a kick. The kick is so sneaky, you do not fucking see it coming. And he lands it a lot, sometimes to the body, sometimes to the head. But I just think when you look at Diego Ferreira historically, Brandon, throughout his career, the only striker, the guy that struck with him and beat him, has been Dustin Poirier. That's it. Everybody else has tried to grapple him and beat him. That's it. Everybody. They try to grapple him because he's pretty good volume. He has some power. I know Michael Johnson was doing okay against him, in that fight. I don't think it was a blowout. It was a bet. I mean, one judge gave round 1 to him, but I do think Michael Johnson's boxing is way better than fucking Alexander Hernandez. He's got better footwork, way faster hands, even though I do think Hernandez has pretty good boxing and good striking. I just don't think it's as good as Michael Johnson, right? And then Michael Johnson's longer, stuff like that. So I like Ferreira here quite a bit, man. I think, honestly, he's going to finish him. I really believe that he's going to fucking finish him in this fight. And I think it's going to be round 2 or 3. It's 10-1, 14-1. If you want to get a little bit more greasier, you can play sub 2-3. But I honestly believe he's going to break Hernandez, and Hernandez is not going to be bailed out by his grappling here. He's just not. And I've seen him in a couple of fights slow down hard. Holloway fight, like I said, last fight I bet him against Hooper. I had a bet on Hernandez at plus like 300 against Hooper. And now I'm zagging the other way because I do think Ferreira wins here, and I think he finishes round 2 or 3. What do you have?
I'm going to go Hernandez on this one. I think he's improving a lot. Santino and I always used to talk about him. He was one of our least favorite fighters because when he first came to the UFC, he was just all gas, no brakes, and he would finish a lot of guys. And then when he started trying to become more refined, his game really took a loss because now he wasn't finishing guys, but he also wasn't putting enough out there to actually win rounds. And so he kind of got stuck in between. And then his cardio would fail. And I think he's gone through a lot of different iterations of what his game is going to be. I like his game now. I like what he's doing now. He's very patient. He does make a lot of reads. And kind of how I see this too is Ferreira throws a lot of those front kicks. He throws a lot of teep kicks. Like you said, he likes to finish with those all the time. But one thing that Hernandez is really good at, he sees the kicks coming. I think he's going to swipe that, and he's going to counter pretty big on Ferreira. So I really think that the bigger moments are coming from Hernandez. I think takedown defense, especially early, is going to be fine. I just don't think he's going to give Ferreira the fight that he wants. Ferreira kind of strives in the chaos, right? Like guys are going nuts. They have to panic wrestle him, or he's overwhelming them with volume. But you can only fight somebody who really wants to fight. I think Hernandez is going to be lateral movement, picking his shots, picking them apart. And you're right. Hernandez is not the same level of boxer as Michael Johnson, but Johnson doesn't bounce. Johnson doesn't kick like Hernandez does. I like youth on this one. I like Hernandez by points. I don't think he's going to finish Ferreira. I think Ferreira is very, very tough, but I think he's going to do just enough big moments, just sprawl and brawl. I got Hernandez points plus 300.
You know what I'm going to be saying in rounds 2 and 3? Cook him, Diego. Cook him.
We'll see. It's going to be such a boring fight. We're going to go from just like crazy madness.
Not really boring, honestly, unless you just like grapple him. I don't think he's boring. Like he's going to come forward and swing, and he starts yelling at you like he did against Johnson. And then
Hernandez can't hear the haters. He's just going to be dialed in.
No, Hernandez is going to be trying. He's not going to be engaging in a war. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. You can only fight someone who wants to fight.
But listen, you're not going to. I like Ferreira. Like he's going to continue the pressure. He's really good at cutting off the cage. He's smart, man. He's a really smart fighter. Like he's really
gonna get picked apart. He's gonna get picked apart.
No way. Hernandez is not that guy. He couldn't even pick apart Hubbard, for Christ's sake. He's gonna pick apart Ferreira.
He's gonna pick him apart. Just watch.
Okay, let's move on. Fight number 11. Maybe Brandan gets a pass for this one. I don't know. It's up to him. But it's in the whatever division you want to call this now, but it's 191 pounds after Gastelum missed weight. But it's the 19-10 Kelvin Gastelum versus the 16-7 Dustin Stoltzfus. You want to give a Lambo? You don't have to break it down, really.
No, I'm not going to give anything on this one. Kelvin is my teammate.
Okay.
The weight miss stuff was not good, and man, he's got to get right. The only thing I'll just say with Kelvin is like, he's made it in life. His contract is disgusting. It's an insane contract.
Amazing. We talked about that today. Like that contract is amazing.
You have one shot at this. He's 33 years old. He's had a million wars. I don't know how much time he has left. I don't know, where he feels that his career is or what it's going. Man, you can't fumble like that when it comes to making weight. He makes so much.
Brandan, he's not old. He's 33, bro. Like he could still fight. You can make a nice bag for another 3-4 years. Make a nice bag and just go off in the sunset, right? Just try to make weight, and that's it. And I put a post out there, like it was really on Twitter, like him flexing, and it was not a good look for him. And it's like, are you making fun of this situation that you missed by 5 pounds? But at the end of the day, listen, you know who benefits from all of this? One person, Dustin Stoltzfus. He gets like 100 and some thousand extra money. I don't know what his purse is. It's probably fucking 80 and 80.
I doubt it's that high. It is not that high.
Let's just say it's 80 and 80. Okay, for his sake. Right?
I would venture it's 30 and 30, if that.
No. He's been in the UFC a long time. This is like his fourth contract.
I know people that are way more marketable than him, and they're on 30 and 30 contracts. People that have headlined not that long ago that barely make that.
Fair enough. He's been in the UFC. This is his 10th fight, so it's probably his third contract, I would say, maybe, right? Assuming. Yeah, he's probably... I think
probably 35 and 35.
I think honestly. It's a little bit more. Anyways, 100. He's getting like 130K here, thanks to Calvin missing weight. And you want to know what's funny, guys? In his press conference on Wednesday, he said, "I hope Calvin Gastelum misses weight so I can get 30% of his purse." And he ended up getting 35% of his purse because he missed by so much, right? Anyways, here's the thing. This is how I feel about this fight when I tape it. It's not close when it comes to like skills, right? Like Calvin Gastelum is the more skilled fighter. He's the better striker. He's way faster, better footwork, probably the better wrestler. It's just, he's the better fighter in general, right? But then we look at other things, what he's doing outside of the cage. He misses weight. Does he really care about fighting anymore? All of those things come to my mind. And my answer would be no, because you miss weight by that much. I look at his IG. It seems like he was in South Korea a couple of weeks ago with his girlfriend. It just doesn't look good, right? And then you come in and you miss weight. So the one thing I could tell you with Dustin Stoltzfus, he's pretty robotic when it comes to his striking. He's not very good. He has some power, but his footwork is not great. He makes the stupidest decisions on the ground, by the way. Ruzaboya fight was there on the plate. He wins round 1. He's on top in round 2. Just stay on top, bro. Don't pull fucking guillotine. He pulls guillotine, ends up on bottom, loses the round. Round 3 starts. Again, he gets on top, Brandon, and he fucking has the best position, can't stay on top. Ruzaboyev gets up and somehow steals the round from him, and I lose a fucking like +2 something dog on him there. So he always seems to find a way to lose fights. Ferrer fight, same shit. He always finds ways to lose fucking fights, and he might do the same thing again. He's obviously not the favorite here. He's a big dog. I did have a little stab on 0.65 units on Stoltzfus at like +2 something, 210. But honestly, Brandon, what do you think a fight ends in split here at +500? Like, I don't think Calvin will pull away. I think Stoltzfus is one of those guys that will stick around. He's very tough. He will keep coming. And then Stoltzfus by split decision at +1200. I think if he wins this fight, he's not going to blow out Calvin. He just isn't. Even on Calvin's worst day, it's just the skill level is kind of one-sided.
Yeah,
it's too big. So if he wins, it's split +1200. Fight ends in split because I do think Calvin is like obviously out of shape. Like he's 191. I mean, the guy wanted to make 170 and now he can't even make 185. There's a problem, So yeah, I mean, that's what I have. Fight ends in split +500. Stoltzfus by split at +1200. We can move on. Fight number 12. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 21-7 Jared Gordon versus 17-5 Rafa Garcia. This one is yours, Brandon. Rafa 31, Jared Gordon 37. What do you have here?
I like Rafa Garcia by points +400. I think I see a lot of iterations of this fight where it goes to decision. Both these guys are very tough. They can do everything well. Good takedown defense, good fight IQ. I love Jared Gordon. Like, he's just a guy, you know what you're going to get every time. He's Mr. Consistent. Rafa's a lot of the same way. And then talking with Santino, actually, he gave a pretty good insight on this fight because he was out last time Kelvin was supposed to fight in Mexico City. He did all training all week with Rafa. And Santino's got a lot of legend about him. Like almost every pro, champion, world champion that's come to the gym, they come train with Santino and they go, oh, there's a very big difference in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Like I'm telling you, his cage work and everything is good. And he vouched, he's like, dude, Rafa, I could not take down to save my life. Like his hips are so good. He's so springy. Everything he does is just very dynamic. He is just legit. So in a fight that I think is going to play out very close, I do like Rafa's pocket boxing, his pressure. I think this is going to play out insanely close. He's a lot younger. UFC Noche, and the crowd is obviously going to be on his side. I think Rafa points +400 is a play for me.
That's funny. I do like Gordon here. Honestly, I think Gordon wins here. I just feel like it's crazy to say. I said it last time out. Okay, I said the same exact thing last time, and people laughed at me when I said it against Thiago Moises. I'm like, Jared Gordon has looked his career best at his oldest age in his last 5 fights. He looked great against Pimblett. He looked very good against Bobby Green before that eye poke. I mean, he killed Mark Madsen. Very, very good fight against Nasrat, which I think he won. And then he finished. He could arguably be 5-0 in his last fight or 6-0 in his last 6 fights, right? 2 of them were very questionable losses. Pimblett was one that I think he won. And honestly, when I went back and watched the Nasrat fight, I think he won that fight as well. So Like, he's an extremely good grappler, like very good grappler. I mean, he's a black belt, I believe, under Danaher. So he's not.
Yeah,
like
he's a Danaher black belt. He's the guy for sure.
He's really, really good on the ground. So I don't see like Hoffa holding this guy down. I just don't see that. And in the striking, it's one thing with Hoffa, you know, he's okay. He's not a bad boxer. He's like those typical Mexican type boxers, like pretty good high guard. Like he's moving his head a little bit, but I don't see a lot of power in his hands. That's one. Two, his volume is not very good. And Jared Gordon has very good volume. That's what I love about his game, you know, on the feet. That left hook from him, Brandon, I'm telling you, it's nasty, bro. He's got a lot of power in that left hook. I know you don't see a lot of knockouts on his resume, but his left hook has very good power in it. He knocked out Moises with the right hand, but man, he landed that left hook so often against Pimblett. Obviously, Pimblett is like granite chin, but you know, at the end of the day, this is where I agree with you. I think if Hoffa wins, it's a close decision. And split. Let me go take you this way. Hoffa by split is 11-1, bro. Like, I don't think he's gonna kill Gordon. There's no way. Like, I just don't see it. I think if there's anything finishing equity here, it's Jared Gordon. Like, I just think he's a better jiu-jitsu guy. I think he has more power. Maybe Hoffa's a little bit more durable. I would give him the durability. He's 31. He's a little bit younger. He hasn't been to so many wars. But, yeah, I mean, Hoffa by split, 11-1. That's his win. I really think that's his win condition.
You're just a braver man than me. The splits and all that kind of stuff, it scares me. I don't like to play that stuff.
Sure. I'm going a little bit more crazier than you. The plus 400 is not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I think that's how Hoffa wins. I honestly, when I looked at this fight more in depth, I think the fight goes to decision is short, to be honest. It's like minus 250. I think it's a little too short.
Yeah, I agree. Two tough guys, very good guys.
Two very good guys.
I will say one last thing.
A huge edge anywhere, really.
Well, Rafa's got a big edge in height.
No, in height?
Yeah, he's 5'7". That's a massive advantage.
No, but seriously, like it's actually minus 275 now. It just fucking moved. I just seen it. It was 260. It's 275 now. But yeah, I think this fight goes the distance quite often. Maybe there's a world Gordon can hurt Hoffa. Hoffa has been hurt multiple times. And so the other thing with Garcia, one more thing, Brandon, is like, bro, who has he beat? That's my issue with him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, for sure. And he used to be like a Combate's bum kind of thing. So I get it. There's just a big age discrepancy.
Even in the UFC, it's like he beat Pichel last time in a competitive fight against 41-year-old Vince Pichel. He got outlanded in that fight, which is kind of embarrassing. So I will give one play out that I really love, Brandon. You can go play it too. I don't know if you saw it today. I tipped it out in my Discord.
What is it?
If you have FanDuel, I think this is literally a lock. If you have FanDuel, most significant strikes, Jared Gordon, minus 132 is insane. I'm telling you guys, that's an insane line.
I like that, actually, yeah.
It should not be that low. It should fucking be minus 250. Because Jared Gordon literally outlands everybody, even with takedowns. And Rafa Garcia actually gets outlanded by everybody, which is the opposite. Vince Pichel just outlanded him. Huh?
I said, that's a good play. I like that one.
It's an insane line. I looked at minus 132. I'm like, how is this accurate? Anyways, let's move on. We got steaks on our steaks are on the grill already.
Yeah, we might have to go to that A45 instead.
No. We're good. Co-main event. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 22-8 Rob Font versus the 12-1 David Martinez. You can kick us off here on this one.
You know, I don't know where to go with this fight. Somebody had asked me, I think Art had asked me if I had worked with David. I did a little bit with David. He came in, and I think I told you this. They always kind of use me as the guy with the barometer to see how everybody is. And so I did one round with David. I think it was some positional drills. And what I noticed, he's very technically sound as a grappler. He's got a ton of energy. He moves really well. There was no like technical mistakes. And, I can't always say that for everybody who comes, because there's a lot of guys you get from, like, I don't know, Japan and all these other places where when you grapple with them, you can see there's a massive difference just in the levels. David is good. I think he sparred well when he was out here. His kicks are ferocious. He's got great hands when he actually wants to throw them. Font, veteran in the UFC. Font's got the best jab. He's so massive. Like, I think this is going to be an incredible fight. Similar for me, I guess, in this fight to the Alex Hernandez fight, I don't think that David Martinez is going to give Rob the fight that he wants. He's so good at just, lateral movement on the outside. Reminds me of Jonathan Martinez, just the way that he kicks, moves, kicks, moves, kicks, moves. I don't really have something for this fight. I don't know what direction this fight's going to go. I think this is going to look like, I guess, I don't know. I feel like it's either David Martinez in a really close fight or Rob Font just probably beats his ass.
I like Martinez. I'll be honest. I think he's very good kicker, like elite kicker, very good footwork. His footwork is amazing in the cage. Like he can go like, listen, he's been 4 rounds, a couple of times in Combate in the championship. He was a champion there. He finished guys later. But what I will say, and you kind of caught me off guard by saying his grappling is actually pretty good. And when was that, by the way? What year was that? Recent?
Well, nah, if it was recent, I would have no. And I do mean this because there was a while where I was not training at all. Like I had a little belly. And I remember specifically when I came back to train with him, he was with this contingent of Mexicans. There's another guy, Gennario. He's fought somebody I was looking into today.
Gennario is the guy from Fury? Gennario Valdez, I think.
Yeah. Those two. And there was a couple other Mexicans that all came in. So when I had come back, it was my first time back off training after quite some time. So I had a little belly on me. I was out of shape and whatever. I think I just body triangle, but he was technically very sound, very athletic, very strong. I didn't know who he was. I was just thinking, it's some random guy. And so it surprised me. I had to step up. So I don't worry about him in the grappling at all.
Really? Okay. So when I watched the Axel Osuna fight is where I was concerned with his grappling.
And Axel's trained with us a bunch too, and he's a little stud that comes in and trains all the time.
And he mounted him. He took his back. David was defending takedowns early when he was fresh, but he definitely slowed down in 2-3. He was slowing down quite a bit, and the takedowns were coming a little bit. And I guess that Axel guy is actually pretty good grappler. I looked into him because I'm like, wait, this guy's mounting him. He's taking his back. Is he actually a good grappler? And it seems like he is. What I will say, Brandon, Rob Font, yes, he's not the best grappler, but I don't think he's a slouch, by the way. I think he's actually a good grappler. If you watch the Kyler Phillips fight, he went for a lot of takedowns in that fight. I know they only gave him, I believe they only gave him 1 takedown attempt, which is crazy. He had a whole fucking mess of them. But Phillips kind of just stuffed a lot of them. They only gave him 1 takedown attempt. He went for a lot more than 1 in that fight. And then you look at the Matsumoto fight. Obviously, he just pressured Matsumoto. Matsumoto got a bunch of takedowns himself in that fight. What I'm trying to say here, Brandon, is when you listen to Rob Font's interview, he's been strictly doing jiu-jitsu with John Danaher, all of those guys in Texas. He's been there for 6 weeks, literally drilling. He said, I've been doing 2-a-days jiu-jitsu. And he goes, man, I can't believe how much I've learned, even though I know a lot, how much more I've learned with these guys, doing 2-days with these guys.
You don't really understand the level. For me, I've been doing jiu-jitsu 15 years, and I have a buddy who's a Danaher black belt that owns an academy in Costa Rica. And I will go across the world to go learn from him. There's little things that we think no, we know this shit for sure. And then you have to unlearn everything and relearn it all. Danaher's system is unbelievable.
Dude,
if he's there with those guys,
bro, it's Listen to his interview. It's important because my play comes kind of off that interview and what he's been doing. He's literally said, I've been doing 2-a-days every single day. I've been down here in Texas. And, he doesn't train. He trains at TriStar. But he's been down in Texas strictly because he was going to face Rosas, remember, who's a very good grappler, right? So he was preparing himself to face a really good jiu-jitsu guy, right?
I think he's so overrated. His jiu-jitsu.
Listen, hold on to me. Yes, okay.
Thought would have put him in a body bag. That would have been insane.
Listen to me here. Rob Font said, there's so many little things I've learned here that opened my eyes. Like, damn, I thought I was really good at jiu-jitsu. I'm actually not that good, He said, I am going to sub this dude. I am going to sub Mr. David Martinez. And from what I've seen with David Martinez in the little time he's been grappled, I didn't like what I saw, honestly. He got his back taken. He got mounted. I think Rob Font is live for a sub here, Brandon, at plus 2,000. Listen to me, too. The other thing is Rob Font is going to pressure this guy. He's not going to sit there and let him kick and kick and kick. Look at what he did to Matsumoto. Look at what he did to Kyler Phillips. He's going to keep coming forward. He's not going to just let you kick him. Those guys are very good kickers, both of them. He's not going to just let you kick him. He's going to pressure you. He's going to close that gap where you cannot kick him. And
I think the difference, though, with Matsumoto, you don't have to find Matsumoto. He kicks you, but he kicks you in range right here. Martinez doesn't do that. He's gone. He's gone out of here.
Watch the Xavier Franklin fight in round 2 and how much he was touching up Martinez in that round. Very, very bad look, in my opinion, for him against a guy that's extremely green like Xavier Franklin. Like, I think that kid is actually pretty good, but Rob Font is going to pressure, and he's going to pressure hard, man. And listen, at the end of the day, this is not Simon Oliveira. This is not these guys you've been facing. And Font, sub 2-3. Listen to me, Brandon. I'm telling you, I saw this guy get mounted and his back taken against that Axel Osuna guy in the later rounds. He got tired. And Rob Font has a very good gas tank. And if he does decide to mix in the grappling, sub 2 is 50-1. Sub 3 is 65-1. That's my whisper bet of the week.
Wow.
Rob Font said, I'm going out there and I'm going to sub this dude. That's what he said. I'm going to believe him. He's been training in Texas for 5 weeks. Jiu-jitsu 2-a-days. Let's get that sub, Mr. Rob Font.
All right. Marco, I got a hard stop in just a minute. My computer's about to die. We got 10% to push this show to the finish.
All right. Main event. It is in the featherweight division. It is the 26-7 Diego Lopez versus the 16-2 John Silva. You can kick it off just in case your computer dies.
I don't have anything special on this one. Oh my God, my show. I saw the pictures of all the dudes like walking through the casinos. And I thought it was like in Paris. I was like, why is Silva out there? It's like my whole thing was like, all the travel with Silva, and everyone's like, you fucking dumbass. He didn't travel across the pond twice. So that being said, he still took one big flight, right? It's a long flight. It's like 14 hours from Brazil to San Antonio. But I don't see anything special or crazy about this one. I think Silva's going to end up finding this knockout. I think you have the curse, right? Just coming off the title fight. I really just think Silva's kind of another worldly talent. I know there's going to be a height difference. They're both going to want to swing and bang, but Silva takes his time. I think it's going to develop later into the fight as he kind of makes his reads. But when he does go, his hands are so fast. He's always kicking, kneeing. I mean, that knockout line, it's obvious it's there, but that main event, I'm really just going to probably enjoy so much as bet.
I agree with you. I like Silva a lot. I mean, he hits different, man. His power is different. I do think both guys are extremely durable. Silva's very durable. Lopez is extremely durable. Silva has been in some sketchy grappling moments. Like if you go back to his loss way back in the day, he kind of fights the same, to be honest. Like even back in the day, when you watch Silva, he's literally fights like the same. Obviously, his body's matured. He's looked a little better. But the Pedro Henrique fight, like he literally fights the same. And he got taken down late in that fight the Schlupp fight, he got taken down multiple times. I'm going to poke. I don't think it happens. I'm going to poke Lopez sub plus 700.
Why wouldn't you? That's like, I think that's the clearest way for him.
Well, there's unknowns, right, with Silva a little bit on the ground. We don't really know how good he is at defending subs. Lopez is fucking very dangerous on the ground. Like, let's be honest. Like, knee bars, heel hook. Like, he's just super dangerous on the ground. And we haven't really seen Silva defend many submissions, you know. So it's a big number. It's 7-1. I personally, Brandon, I'm a little different. I think overs and fight goes. I truly do believe that, just because, yes, I do think both guys swing, but I think both guys are so fucking durable, man. Really, really durable guys. I saw Lopez get hit by nuclear shots against Brito in that Contender Series, man. And Brito, to me, is a very, very hard hitter. His chin is just fucking so good, man. I saw him get knocked out with ground and pound in ACA way back in the day. But outside of that, man, his chin is really, really good. And Ige landed big shots on him as well. Like, I know Silva hits different. I do think that. I do think Silva is just like a different type of puncher. But I'm kind of leaning overs here. Fight goes. But for my Lambo, it's Lopez sub, small bet, plus 700. Just take a poke at the better grappler, better jiu-jitsu guy, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. All
right, Lambo parlay time. I'm going to give mine really quick because we got to get the hell out of here. It's Donchenko KO, Suarez sub, and CDF rounds 2 and 3. That's 80-1 and 110-1. And then the other one will be Ples by decision, Gurule by decision, and Todorovic by sub, 50-1. Last week, I hit 149-1 rounds 2 and 3 Lambo parlay. Finally one for the year. Do you have anything, Brandon? If not, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm putting a little something together right now. Let me see. I kind of like a lot of violence on this card. I know a lot of people are liking decisions. I like violence. So for me, it's going to go like this. I think there's a lot of cardio issues. So I'm gonna pinpoint the Donchenko 2-3 KO. Then we have the Alice Pereira 2-3 KO. And then just Luis Gurule by KO. That's plus 23,156. That would be my Lambo parlay.
So 231-1. This guy just doesn't come in. He swings hard when he swings, and he's swinging for the fences. 231-1. We have to run, guys. We're probably going to be late at this point. I have to call.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you to everybody being here. 737 live viewers. Brandon's Patreon is down below. My Discord is down below. Also, I actually have 50% off if you go on Twitter. I put the link up on Twitter. Click that link, 50% off the Discord. I have a ton of volume on this card. I don't know why, but I do. I like a lot of spots. Appreciate my guest, Brandon. Brandon, you got anything for the people before we get out of here?
No, thank you guys so much. You guys are always so kind, and I love doing the shows with you. Narco's been nice to do a couple shows a week. A bitch is tired, though. I need a little podcast break for the weekend. Recover.
We will be back Monday for Dana White's Contender Series. By the way, fucking me and Brandon have been cooking Dana White's Contender Series all year. Anyways, good luck to everybody tomorrow, and let's cash those tickets for UFC Noche.